All right.
Water break. My throat.
This video brought to you by Poland Spring. The water that
No,
hurts.
it's brought to you by Pepsi.
I'm gonna edit that out. Ooh, Daenerys.
Oh, the list is long.
Another wealth of horrible mistakes.
First off, I just want to say I'm really tired of every guy who watches that show walking up. Oh my god, she's so fucking hot. She looks like a retarded 12-year-old. No. All of you who say that are borderline pedophiles.
Well, that was strong.
I'm just kidding, but you're weird.
Yeah. Okay. So Daenerys. Let's start at the beginning. She's very submissive with her brother. Her brother controls her. Her brother basically bends her to his will. Understandable if she was raised in that dynamic.
Yeah,
she goes away with the Dothraki again. Pretty good character at that point. I thought the whole first season with her was interesting. She's a little too submissive, not in a place of power to really make that many mistakes. So that season's okay. Then she goes... First mistake. Oh my god, this is even worse than Jon Snow. We should rank them at the end, because that would be interesting.
You know what? We'll have the viewers decide. That's what we call viewer participation in the biz.
Yeah. Leave a comment. First mistake. She develops her love for slaves. She sees slavery, and coming up as such a submissive type of person, she obviously feels for slaves. So that's fine. Admirable.
I would
Abraham
actually
Lincoln
backtrack
shit.
her first mistake.
To what?
To when she first starts embracing her position in the Khalasar.
I thought that was fine. She was making the best of what she could.
Even before... The biggest flaw to her character that infuriates me, and it starts then, is that she is so full of herself, in the sense of she believes she is all-powerful, all-knowing, and
not in the
all
first
just.
season. She
No. She develops
yeah,
that.
She
That's part of the character development, but that's where she gets. And her, more than any other character, all of her power and ability derives from other people. None of it is her own. The dragons were gifted to her. She is not skilled. She has no money. All the power that she has is from people who chose to give it to her for whatever stupid reason.
Absolutely.
But she walks around going, I am right. I say this. I am the mother of dragons. Even though I'm just a lucky little bitch.
She's a very intense believer of her birthright. And I understand where she's coming from. She definitely doesn't deserve the amount of power she ends up with. But her big mistake, her very first mistake, was in the first season, which gets Drogo killed. She convinces Drogo to let the witch, who was a former slave, treat Drogo, which we later learn the witch had already been raped several times by the Dothraki, overtaking the camp,
and that it wasn't even the first time that it's happened.
And that
not being not an isolated day.
She most likely purposely infected him.
Yeah.
And then she does this spell, which basically puts him in a coma, and then Daenerys is forced to kill him. So that was stupid. That's forgivable because she was still a little naive at that point. She was trying to help Drogo. Granted, he probably would have been fine if she just left it alone. It was just a typical scar he probably got 100 times before.
That was a perfect symbol of everything that's wrong with her going forward.
Yeah.
Is she was advised, especially, again, if you read the book, even more heavily does it show it, that she was advised by multiple people, look, this is the situation, we know how to handle this, this is the wrong choice, we should just wait for the right guys, it'll take them 5 minutes to get here. No, I know what's right.
Yeah.
I choose this. And what do you know? Didn't work out well.
I think, she was trying to assimilate the Dothraki, which was a lost cause, towards the slaves by letting a slave treat one of their own. Turned out to be a terrible decision. Okay, that's a mistake. Not the biggest. Definitely significant. Later on, she goes to
I don't
Perth.
know. I would say that might be one of her biggest.
It
because
could be.
when you think
but
about
she ended
it,
up with more power anyways. Losing Drogo was good for her because she ended up with the Unsullied, 3 dragons, and she ended up with the Sons, mercenaries.
But with Drogo, she has, instead of 10,000 Unsullied, 100,000 Dothrakis.
Yeah,
and
no.
That translates across the ocean a lot better.
Dothrakis have several different tribes, though. It's not all one race. That's
but she had 100,000 in her khalasar.
She had a ton of Dothraki, but I think, to be completely fair, neither one of those armies would really, in real life, you have a completely mounted army.
Yeah, but that's the thing is,
or cavalry.
Ser Jorah even says that these guys will be crazy over there. He's like, the only issue is
getting them there.
He's the only thing he said would be a problem would be siege warfare.
Yeah,
because he's like, yes, there's knights that are heavily armored, but most of the armies are peasant warriors that are armed.
And they would run through that, but they would never be able to take over the main forts.
No, but I actually think they would actually have that potential just because they have Jorah and
maybe
the old guy. I can't remember. Yes,
we're a little off base though. So her next mistake, she went to Perth. I think she did a decent job in Perth. The guy tried to marry her. She turns him down, locks him in his own safe. She loses her dragons temporarily, but she's able to. Yeah, Karth. Perth is the place after that.
Okay.
I
was hung up on that.
And then the other place, the most recent one that she still was in season 5 was with an M. What was that called?
What I will say with the vault, who would have thought?
Marine.
She put her trust in a whore, and the whore turned out to be a whore.
Okay.
Another bad decision.
Another mistake.
Bad character judgment.
Was it Maureen or Marine?
Marine, I think.
Okay, so Maureen, she starts to make more mistakes. Ser Jorah, she learns that Ser Jorah had been spying on her. Okay? Obviously, she feels betrayed, but casting him out forever is not the best move. Yeah. He's your most valuable asset. He's the most experienced she had at the time.
I would say he's one of two, because, I mean, once Barristan comes in, he's pretty... But the two of them are a team that you need.
Losing Ser Jorah was big, and Ser Jorah is one of I think he and Barristan are the only two who are the most passionate about her. I think everyone else has a little of their own motive, but Ser Jorah really would have gone to bat for her, and casting him out and losing his knowledge and his strategy and his advice was immense, and that was foolish, and he ended up working his way back, but that was a foolish mistake.
Yeah, because now it's over for him. He's got that grayscale coming in. It's not going to last much longer for him.
And her dragons, she locked up 2 of her dragons, which are still locked up, I believe. Or did she let them go? I don't remember.
No, they're still locked up.
Yeah, so 2 of her most valuable resources are locked up and useless. Her other dragon, we saw with the 2 she locked up that she's lost quite a bit of favor with them, because when she went to see them in season 5, they were very aggressive to her, they were snapping at her, and she ended up retreating out of the cave. She still has good rights, or a good like relationship with her free dragon named Dragon, which is its fucking name, is Dragon, I think. She still has good relations with him. But I think she might have burned it with the other 2.
I don't think she even has a good relationship with that.
Well, he did save her, at least.
He saved her.
Yeah.
It's no different than a relationship with a child who grows up. If you treat the child like shit, like, it's family. I'm not going to let someone else kill you. I might, but no one outside the family is. I mean, because, look at it. He picked her up. He still doesn't listen to her. He picks her up, does what he wants, takes her out of there, drops her off, and then leaves her in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and now she's captured by Dothraki. But he was injured.
Which they haven't hinted at, but I'm going to speculate it's probably one of the khalasars that left her khalasar, and he's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to mount you and then kill you.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for her.
No, it's not.
So, her biggest problem is her overarching principles. I understand slavery is bad. I understand you want to end slavery. She is not able to use critical theory and look at the way that the cities work.
I think her biggest flaw is she is just looking... I don't think she so much even cares about slavery, is just looking for anything to attach herself to that she can change in her mind that allows her to further her entitlement.
Yeah. Well, that's a very pessimistic way to look at her, but it could be. The argument's there.
Everything is based off entitlement.
It is. It is. And she was raised that way.
family.
She was told her whole life, you have the divine right. You are the Targaryens, who, by the way, don't even have a right to the throne anymore because they got
First off, when you think about it, they're outsiders to begin with. They just randomly showed up and
they conquered it on dragons, and then one went crazy, killed everybody. He was killed himself and then overthrown. So where is this right working in? There's no right there. It's just getting stolen and stolen.
And I love how she keeps talking about her brother Rhaegar, like he's this great guy. Like, and then that usurper, he killed Rhaegar, the great minstrel singer, who is my brother. Oh yeah, let's completely bypass the fact that he was kidnapping and raping women to death. Wonderful dude. I bet you want to take him home to mom.
Yeah, but her whole, like, she's staying in Meereen for so long, and she's putting so many resources in, like, she's losing her soldiers all the time to the Sons of the Harpy, right? Like, her Unsullied keep getting attacked in the streets.
Which actually is making me lose faith in, like, what they crack up the Unsullied to be.
Yeah, exactly. The Unsullied are dumb.
No, like, I can understand if the Harpies kill a couple of you when they pop out of nowhere. I mean, nobody can handle an ambush perfectly.
Think about what the Unsullied are. They're all the same type of troop. If you've ever played a strategy game, you have to mix up your styles of troops. They're all leather armor, which sucks. Arrows go right through that shit. Swords go right through that shit. It's
pretty
barely
much
protection.
everything with a hard tip goes through
It's barely protection. They have a spear. They have a shield. The shield's good. The helmets are good. The spear is good. They are somewhat skilled. Grey Worm's very skilled. Some of them are actually very skilled, but you don't have any cavalry, which is the opposite of Dothraki. Like, you need to mix up your troops.
The Sons of...
And they have no archers.
The Sons...
Of the Harpy?
No, the mercenary group.
Oh, the Seven Sons.
Yeah, I think they round out the entire army. They do round it out,
but their numbers are way, way less than the Unsullied.
Another thing, side note, I really hate that they changed the actor.
Yeah, that bothered me too.
The other guy brings a completely different feel, and it's wrong.
Yeah, Dario.
Yeah.
He felt better when he was introduced, and then they changed the actor to a guy with totally different hair who looks nothing like the original actor. Just get a Fabio-looking guy. It's not that hard. Jesus, go to a modeling agency.
Get Fabio. He hasn't done work in a while. I'm sure he
age him up a bit. What the fuck? But her biggest mistake is she's burning time in Meereen. Just fucking take your dragons, take your Unsullied, take your mercenaries, and just become relevant. For fuck's sake. It's been 5 seasons, and she's been talking about it, and she has not done it.
She's actually a really great metaphor for Hitler. Like, in the sense of where he went wrong. Like... and where she goes wrong. She's getting so full of herself that she's now just like, I'm going to overextend myself.
She is kind of exterminating people in large groups. She's just.
Well, I wasn't getting into the genocide aspect of it.
The thing you think of.
No, but I'm talking about from a military standpoint, where he got carried away. Like, from a military standpoint, the war was won. Till he decided, I'm going to do too many things at once. I'm going to focus on things I shouldn't focus on right now.
Napoleon would be a better example.
Yeah, probably.
Because he didn't have quite as much genocide. So
yeah.
Your metaphor's getting lost with the offensiveness of what you said.
Joffrey.
I want him more than I've ever wanted.
I must go with you, Father. I must be with him. I've seen him for 3 seconds.
And how did that work out?
Yeah.